Comedian Tom Papa has got a new book out. It's third book. Look at you. Woo! Trifecta. It's called We're in This Together, so make some room. What's up, Tom? Good to see you again, man.
Thanks. Good to hear from you again. Yeah, hat trick, baby. Number 3.
Yeah, hey, I was going to ask you, man, I would love to talk about your book, but I'm really interested in bread. Are you into, like, really into making bread, or am I just seeing videos? Are these staged?
No, I am completely into it. I make bread probably 2 times a week. I make like 2 loaves each shot.
Oh, that's so great.
It's a passion of mine. I mean, I'm out in L.A. right now, so I got up super early, like 5 o'clock, to jump on and talk about my book. And in the free time in between, I'm online looking at this guy, Mauricio, who has a new bread book out.
So you're promoting your book while you're shopping for somebody else's book.
You're looking at bread books. Who even knew there were bread books?
From Mauricio.
From Mauricio. By the way, if someone's going to have a bread book, it better be Mauricio.
Yeah.
Don't take it from Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your parents name you Mauricio, you've got to do something with cooking.
Yeah,
you will be special.
That's right. Stay on the bread just for a second, because I really am honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it?
All day about it.
Okay, so what is the thing about you can do bread? Have you seen ancient bread, Bubba? Where it's like
I don't know.
It's like a piece of dough that's like it keeps getting made, or it kind of.
Oh, no,
you know what I'm talking
use the yeast. Okay, so we have some sourdough that's been passed down since like the 80s.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, some yeast. And you keep it in the fridge and you have to feed it weekly and all that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, sourdough starter. I'm I'm on the road and I'm doing a lot of shows. I'm on tour and out promoting the book. And I have to time it where when I come home, if I'm only there for a day, I have to feed my 2 sourdough starters. It's like having a pet. You have to feed your little sourdough starters flour and water, keep them alive, and that culture stays in the refrigerator, and it's a living yeast. And then when you're ready to bake bread, you go and take a little piece off of it, and that's your yeast. When you're making bread, it's flour, water, salt, and yeast. And that is your yeast.
It's like a pet you can eat.
It's like a pet. This is like in high school when you had to take care of that little egg or whatever. They should do that. There should be like you get a yeast ball. You can be like
it's a very cool thing. You gotta be kind of sneaky about it though. You don't want your family to think you're more into your yeast than you are into them.
I'm sorry, Mom. I can't visit this week. I've got to be home for the yeast.
So when your wife walks in the middle of the night, it's like 2:00 in the morning. You're in there feeding your yeast. She thinks you're watching porn, but you're
actually true. Yeah. And the schedule. It takes about 3 days to make a loaf of bread. It really does, from the time you start feeding it to when you actually get the bread. And I have to your whole 3 days. You've got to schedule. I'll be like, all right, I got to go to the Comedy Store. I'll do my set. I'll be back at 9:30. Then I can shape the loaves and put them in the refrigerator. And then I wake up the next morning before my radio show. I can shape them and put them into the oven. I'm definitely obsessed and probably boring your listeners.
I don't think it's a bad thing. Look, until you've had fresh bread, you don't know.
No.
You don't know.
Exactly.
The book is called We're All in This Together, so make some room. Comedian Tom Papa is our guest. We'll come back and talk more with Tom. We won't talk bread. We're going to talk smoking meat because I'm into smoking meat. We'll talk about that next. Coming up. Comedian Tom Papa joining us. The book out. It's called We're All in This Together, so make some room. Kind of walk us through this. This is kind of like broken down into like sections of your life or like the last few years. Or
I thought it was an instruction manual, kind of.
What is this?
Basically, it's a book of comedic essays, and I was really starting to feel after the last book a couple of years ago. It really bothers me that people act like we are all separate and we're all at each other's throats and everybody hates each other. And that's not what I see when I'm on the road. I see people, just regular people, trying to get along. And it goes even deeper than that. We all learn from each other. We all have experiences, and anything that you do, someone else is a lesson for someone else. So even if there's dumb people doing dumb things, I can learn from them. Like if I see a guy bounce off a trampoline into a ceiling fan, thank you. That's a lesson I can
Right.
take.
Noted. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
we all think we're the first person to go through this life, but the reality is it's all been done before.
Yes.
So keep your eyes and ears open,
Yes.
and you can learn from each other.
Yeah, that's a lesson I learned in a bizarre place at the Tower of London, talking to a beefeater. We were talking about politics of some crazy thing, and we got into the whole discussion. He goes, look, man, there is nothing that we're doing now that hasn't already happened, whether it's the Roman emperors or the British royalty or whatever. He's like, everything has happened before. You just have to look back and see how they handled it and know how you want to handle it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it actually, sincerely makes life a lot easier. It's like one of the things that really hit me, I walked into CVS, and I forget what I was looking for. But, when you have a problem going on, you're like, oh, my God, I'm the first person to go through this. Then you walk through the aisles of CVS, and there's aisle after aisle of stuff for rashes and weird warts and strange bunions, and you're like, oh, okay, we're just human beings.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we're all going through this stuff, and they've made products and solutions for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it really kind of calms you down.
Yeah, it does. Everyone chill out. And it also talk to someone who's older. Talk to someone who's up in age and get their take on life, because you're gonna feel a lot better about it.
100%. And there's just follow the rules. We're all playing from the same brochure. Like as goofy as cocktail hour is, and you see all these goofy T-shirts at 5 o'clock somewhere, that is a brilliant solution. People have figured out, get your work done, and at 5 o'clock, now it's time to have a cocktail, have a couple, hang with your family, and you won't be hungover in the morning. That's a great lesson. It's not corny. These people have worked on this for centuries.
I'm writing this down. Drink with your family.
Drink with your family. That's what I just heard. That's what I read too. The book is called "We're All in This Together, So Make Some Room" from Tom Papa. Go pick it up. Also check out his latest special on Netflix. It's called Tom Papa, What a Day. And he's also got a podcast as well. Just search up Tom Papa. Tom, always good to talk to you, man. Congrats on the book, and our best to your loaf of bread.
Thank you very much. And next time I'm on, we're going to talk all bread.
Okay. And does your bread have a name? Ours is Shirley.
No, I don't have it. I don't have a name for my starter.
It's not a pet.
I figured. Yeah.
It's not a pet till you name it.
I do love it. You're right.
It needs a name.
All right.
Bye, Tom.
Enough of this. Tom, thank you. We love you. Bye. All right. Well, that was great. That was good. You did good.
Thank you.
I have no idea what it was because this is taped afterwards, but
you were amazing, though.
Thanks. Appreciate it.